From the beginning of our talk about theorizing images, gender and sexist advertisements have been in constant consideration. Women are constantly being viewed as objects in the media, praised for their bodies and degraded as unintelligent and simply sexy women. Advertisements with women are often used to shock us using commercial pornography. Many of us have become desensitized to this because we see it everywhere. It is commonplace to see a half-naked woman on a billboard while driving through New York City, and to see a commercial on TV with many sexual innuendos and partial nudity. History supports this claim, as many images, such as this one, have been presented in advertisements. This is a ketchup ad from the mid-1900s, with the saying, "You mean a woman can open it?" ? Well, obviously a woman would be able to open a ketchup bottle, but this ad provides humor to the audience while integrating the stereotype that women are simply not even capable of opening a bottle. This is a diss to the intellect of the entire general population of women during this time, but it appeals to men and provides humor. Even recent ads, such as this Burger King Super 7-incher ad, is degrading the woman by pairing her surprised, open mouth with a 7-inch sandwich. This is obviously a sexual analogy, especially with the saying, "It'll blow your mind away," in huge letters in the middle of the screen. There are other advertisements that we have seen in class that degrade women in the media, such as this Dolce & Gabbana ad, where the men are overpowering the woman sexually, and this is an ad where the woman's chest is attempting to sell the cologne. This alcohol ad is also sexually objectifying women in this advertisement, as the man stands over her with assumed power as the woman lays on the beach floor, barely wearing anything. This Armani Exchange ad is another example of how a man is exemplifying power over the woman as she tries to push him away but seems to fail. This Adig and Voltaire ad is quite different, as the man is now the object of lust. However, the woman is not succeeding as the man looks away from her and he still continues to have the power in the relationship. Recently, within the past 5 years or so, women have lashed out against society in rebellious ways. Celebrity women, especially, are often caught drunk in public and have received DUIs and other sentences to prison. Young Disney stars, such as the infamous Miley Cyrus, has grown up with increasingly sex appeal, and was even caught under the influence of a legal, yet hallucinogenic substance called salvia. Nudity is making its way into the media, with women celebrities often posing for Playboy, making sex tapes, and are even seen on the cover of well-known magazines topless. A new fad is being skinny, and as skinny as possible, not only for models, but more and more women are becoming increasingly skinny and anorexic. What is even worse, in my opinion, though, are the women in teenager-friendly shows who are positively innocent-looking while on TV, and do not wear many sexy outfits, and then pose partly naked in magazines such as Rachel Berry from Glee. This gives off a completely irresponsible message. Where I'm going with this is that I believe these women are more inclined to sex appeal and rebellious drinking and drugs because of how the media portrays women. The media is the first source people go to for public opinion. So if the public media is presenting terribly skinny, sexy, degraded women in advertisements, the women of today will simply act in response to that. The public norm will become whatever we see is in sexist advertisements and the media. When this happens, it becomes natural for women and men to stereotype based on looks and occupation. Women become obsessed with fulfilling the stereotype of the ideal woman: skinny, sexy, and often unintelligent. Today, people are so used to this stereotype of housewives, rebellious women celebrities, and the sex appeal of a woman, that people do not see anything wrong with it. This stereotype has become popular throughout women, and so see for yourself as these news broadcasters slip out and degrade women based on their looks and skill on live television.
Women like also to have their little space, whether it's big or small, to kind of get their house in order, or their work in order, or their kids in order, or whatever their job happens to be.
But didn't men give you the kitchen? They're looking for her. I said she's arrested. She's not arrested. Warrant for her arrest. She's on the lam. You don't know where she is, do you? You haven't seen her.
I haven't seen her, but I've been looking, and that's these photos are the result of my research.
Kristi Noem, that hot
new freshman member of Congress is going to tell us why the President's State of the Union is just a pep rally.
Right. And Judge, when you say hot, you mean an exciting intellectual lawmaker.
And a good looker, too.
Right. Okay. 13 million vehicles were registered in this TrueCar.com.
Yeah.
And they figured out that babes, chicks, what do you call them, Steve? Skirts?
First, an update on the workers at the Securities and Exchange Commission caught watching this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's just say they got their happy ending.
Go to ladies' night. You get a lot of women who come to the bar. Do men like that or do they not?
Well, what you're just doing is reinforcing the point I've always made, that dating is legal prostitution.
Whoa.
Jerry Lewis says actress and bad girl Lindsay Lohan should be spanked. Jerry says people like Lindsay and the recently arrested Paris Hilton are begging for help. This may not be the first time Lindsay's been spanked.
Spring break, it's a time-honored tradition for college students nationwide. But there is a new warning tonight for students and parents, specifically of those looking to let loose south of the border.
Thousands of American college kids usually head to Mexico for spring break. This year, State Department says it's too dangerous.
So this is a problem that's ramped up since 2006. It got bad, it got very bad last year, 6,000 people killed. And as you mentioned, it's been 1,000 people since January.
Is this drug cartel violence?
This is drug cartel violence.
Would you let your sons go to Mexico on spring break? The drug cartels own many of the nightclubs in the resorts.
Which is why
they
it's
go
safer.
there. Well, you may say it's safer, but I don't want my kid going into Baby O's or whatever it is, owned by some cocaine baron.
I shoot the lights out high till it's bright out. Oh, just another lonely night.